Hey everybody, I'm Mike Iaconelli. Welcome to BU Basics. You know, in this series, we're going to learn the basics of fishing and how to get started in this awesome sport of bass fishing. You know, today I want to talk to you a little bit about a line and picking the right type of line, the functions of line, and the importance of good line on your rod and reel. We're going to break that down and look at it. You know, first of all, line in general is such a key part to the fishing equation because it is your direct link to casting to that fish, hooking that fish, and landing the fish. So, you know, once again, I just want to start by stressing how important choosing the right line is for fishing in general. But in bass fishing particularly, picking the right style of line becomes really important. You know, it can be confusing. You walk into a store and you go down the line aisle and you see 50 or 60 different types of packaging and line. I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to make it real simple, and I'm going to make it easy to select the right line and pick the right line type for your style of fishing. You know, the first thing I want to talk about would be the three general line types. And there are three distinct categories of line. On the far left-hand side, we have a category called monofilament. Monofilament is a little more stretchy, but it's a lot easier to handle in reels and maintain. On the far right, we have a line type called braided line or super line. And braided line or super line has zero stretch, hardly zero memory, hardly any memory to it at all, and has a lot of benefits when making long casts or fishing deep water. And then in the middle, and this is the category that falls somewhere between mono and superline, is a category called fluorocarbon. And fluorocarbon has a little less stretch than mono, but more stretch than braid. And it's also a great line because it's invisible. It totally disappears in the water. And the final benefit of fluorocarbon is it sinks. But I want to break it down and really simplify it by looking at each category one at a time. And let's start with monofilament. And monofilament to me is a great line type when you're starting out. When you're first starting fishing, you've never fished before, you're setting up a combo to get kids fishing or a niece or a nephew fishing, mono is a great choice. And if you look at monofilament, a lot of this line is literally one fiber, one single fiber, a single mono fiber that runs the line. And it's a great line because it doesn't have a ton of memory. It manages real well, and it's great for spinning, spin cast, and bait casting. So it's good for all three categories of reels. You know, the other great thing about monofilament is that monofilament has stretch to it. And you can see just, this is 17-pound monofilament, a little bit heavier monofilament. But if you look at it, as I put pressure on that mono, it's got stretch to it. It actually stretches a little bit. And for certain styles of fishing and certain hook sets, you actually want a little bit of stretch. The other great thing about monofilament is this type of line is very buoyant. It's the kind of line that has properties that keep it buoyant in the water. So for certain fishing styles, a buoyant line is going to help you be more effective on the water. So monofilament's great. Here's my list of situations when I would lean toward filling your reel with monofilament. The first one would be top water fishing. And any lure or bait that you fish that you're trying to keep on the surface, on top of the water, high in the water column, I'm going to select mono. Once again, mono is very buoyant. So this line will help keep that lure floating on the surface of the water. So walking baits, poppers, minnow style baits, soft flukes, any of those lures that you want to keep on the surface, mono is a tremendous line type to use. You know, the second category
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.